Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Love Yourself podcast. My name is Ali Serrano, and I'm a portrait photographer, fashion stylist, podcast host. I wear many hats, and my goal is to help you to feel as beautiful and the most confident on the outside as well as in as I possibly can. What we do here is we share stories. We bring amazing guests to hear their stories, and then we'll learn from each other to grow to be the most amazing selves that we can be. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Today we have a extra special guest. I'm super thrilled because she reached out to me. She has a story to share. I've heard a tiny bit of it, and I want you to hear all of the stories as much as we have time for. So let's get started. Let's jump straight into it. Please tell everybody your name and what you do.
Yes, my name is Esther E. Laurenceau, and I am the author of this lovely, stunning book, my first book, The Ugly Truth, My Love Life Sucks. So this stems from my toxic dating history, and I want to encourage single women who are currently in a toxic relationship, trying to get out of that toxic relationship and have lost their identity while in that toxic relationship to learn from my experiences, my mistakes, and my lessons, to use me as a fuel to not give up no matter how hard it is, but to keep on going and pursue the relationship that you deserve and not settle for less.
Thank you so much for sharing that intro. There's a deep struggle behind what you just said, I'm sensing. We'll talk about that in just a minute. First, I want to ask what inspired you to write this book? I know many women go through struggles, but what inspired you to actually take the next step and write this book?
I just got frustrated and got tired of venting to my friends and my relatives about my relationships. I just got tired of people saying, "Oh, you're strong, you'll be able to bounce back." But it's not as easy as that sound. It's not easy, especially when you have experienced a toxic relationship as mine. Like, my last relationship was very traumatic. This person got me arrested a few times, and I've never broken the law. I've never been arrested. This was my first arrest until I met this person. And it was just traumatizing to, like, for my freedom to be taken away in the blink of an eye, and everything that I worked so hard for to lose it in the blink of an eye. And I just got tired. I got tired, and I needed something more than just, expressing myself and venting to others. I needed to write how I was feeling down on paper. So I remember one time I was working as a security guard at a construction site, and I will wait until all the staff leave for the day, and then I'll have the building to myself, and then I'll just use that time to just write. And as I was writing, I was just writing everything that I was experiencing from when I was a little girl, from junior high school up to my last relationship. And it just helped me out a lot to just pour out my emotions on paper. It just felt good then versus then complaining and venting to other people that didn't understand where I really came from.
So you heal by writing, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I love that. So you touched on something just now. You said it went back as far as when you were young. What's the
Yes.
first relationship that you recall that went kind of skewy off the path that you would expect it to?
So my first relationship was at the age of 15, and the guy that I actually speak about him in my book. He's like chapter 1 love bug, aka race. So he was like my first love. Till this day, like, I still love him, but we crossed paths, years back. I lost my brother, so we was never able to, like, rekindle, because I ended up moving away and he moved away as well. So we never got a chance to, like, stay in touch with one another. But that was like my first relationship, and this man, he has taught me a lot of things as far as, like, relationship, because he was more experienced, more advanced than me, and he was much 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 more older than me. It's just, of course, things happens in relationship. He cheated, he lied, but it was nothing compared to my last relationship. My last relationship was like,
Wait. Before we get to the last one, I feel like there are
okay,
several in between, so I want to go in order.
Yes.
Um, what was the first thing that ticked you off about this first guy being wrong for you?
It's the cheating because I was doing everything I can as a girlfriend at the time to be the girlfriend that he needed. Anything that he wanted, I was there. Like I helped him out to get a job because I was working at the time and he wasn't working. So I helped him with getting a job where I was working at the time, and I introduced him to my family. My family, they had reservation again because he was older than me and I was much more younger, but I didn't care about how my family felt because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's dating him. I'm the one that has to deal with him, not them. So it was up to me if I want to continue that relationship or not. But I got tired. Like after a while, I just got tired of the cheating. He even was dating one of my friends at the time, which I had no clue about. And it just irritated me. It really irritated me. And then I just had to remind myself, even though I love him to death, but that was just the first relationship. I still have more relationships to go. I still have more to find myself. I'm still young, so it's not the end of the world.
So you said 16 when you first started dating him?
I was 15.
15. And you
Yes,
were
and
with
he
him
was
for how
he was
long?
18 at the
He
time.
was
We
18.
were
That was my question.
Yeah, we were dating for like 3 years, but he was the love of my life. Like he just tickled me. Like everything about him was good. It's just that the cheating and the lying, I couldn't deal with that humiliation anymore. Because when I
Yeah.
would go to school, somebody would come up to me and be like, "Oh, I saw your boyfriend with another girl." And I'm like I don't want to hear that. I'm going to school to get an education. I'm not going to school to hear gossip about my boyfriend. So I just got tired of that.
I heard, definitely hear that. That's something that a lot of women go through. And especially being so young, you think that everything is going to be right with the world, and then it isn't. Was this your first relationship, or did you have a good touch with your dad?
That was my first relationship, but my father and our relationship was never the best. Like it was never great. Like me and him don't
Mhm.
get along, unfortunately, and it's been like that from when I was a child up to my adulthood.
Okay.
And I tried speaking to him, but and reasoning with him to find out like why is he the way he is, but he just brushed me off. And like, yeah, so it's like I just leave it the way it is. Like I'm not gonna let my father's relationship define my future and my present. Like if he don't want to be part of my life, that's okay with me.
So there's something between you and your dad as far as it being the actual zero, the starting point to where
Yeah.
um interesting. All right, so tell me
Yeah,
about
so
the
like
next
for
one.
instance, like if I ask him for advice on a relationship, he would brush me off. So it was me and my brother before my brother passed away. It was me and my brother. So he had a good relationship with my brother. Fast forward, whenever they spoke about the birds and the bees, he would give my brother advice. But when it comes to me, he brushes me off or he tells me, "Oh, go ask my cousin." Like, why would I ask my cousin for advice when you're my father? That's what you're here for, to educate me, to teach me, to make sure I'm going on the right path. But I didn't have that in my upbringing. I had to learn through my friends. I had to learn through my mistakes, my experiences.
Did you ever ask your mom why your dad was that way?
It's also like with my mom too. I try to ask questions with my mom, but unfortunately, my mom, she's scared of my dad. So it's like whatever he says goes. And
Huh.
she's like the peacemaker, so she's not like confrontational or anything like that. So she'll ask him and then he'll say something and then she'll just move on to the next topic. She won't even bring that up no more.
Do you think they had a good relationship between the two of them?
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
No. No. Absolutely not. Like my father, he doesn't know how to show love to a woman. So like for instance, if it's like their anniversary or something, he'll just buy her a card and that's it. They don't go out. Like their marriage is weird. It's really is weird.
So,
I've never seen a marriage like that before.
so
They
are
don't
they
do
still
anything.
together? Are they
Yes,
still together?
they still together.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
So going back to your loves, all of the loves that went wrong. What happened after the first one? Uh, you did say you still have feelings for him, but you couldn't handle the jealousy and the cheating anymore. So what happened after that?
So after that, I took a while to myself, and then I ended up meeting another person, and that person, that's chapter 2 in my book, married man, aka Rashid. So whew, this
Oh,
relationship,
girl.
I wouldn't even say it was a relationship. It was a situationship. So at
Mhm.
the time, I was going for my medical assistant program. I was in a medical assistant program, and I met him, Rashid, through a mutual friend. But it's crazy because our mutual friend, he warned me about him. He's like, listen, I know he's gonna try to talk to you because you are attractive. I suggest you not entertain this guy because he's gonna hurt you in the long run. But me, being the person that I am, I heard him, but I still wanted to have that experience. I still wanted to see for myself because I'm the kind of person, like, even if somebody tell me don't do this, don't do that, I still want to see it for myself. So that's what happened in that situation. And I had no idea he was married. Like, he told me like later that, like, maybe like a year later, that's when he told me that he was married and stuff. And then the way he did it, like, we was having a conversation, and I guess he made a video of me and him being intimate, and he sent it to his wife. And I'm like, why would you do that? Are you crazy? Like, you're trying to start confrontation between me and this woman, and I don't even know her. She never met me. I never met her. And that was just like the last straw for me when it came to him. He lied about
I
his
feel I
age.
feel like I feel like I got a time break here. You're
Yes.
saying that he recorded you when you were intimate without you knowing,
Yes.
and then send it to his wife?
Yes.
What was he thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. And that's when his wife was disgusted. She did not like me. It was just, and I'm like, why would you put me in a situation like that? And why would you do that without my consent? Like, that's
That's
crazy.
wrong.
Yes, I was really upset. And he was a good, like, throughout my medical assistant program, he was very supportive. Whenever I had homework assignment, he would be there to help me and stuff like that. We had a great chemistry. We were really good friends, but the problem was him being married and him lying about it and not being honest with me from the beginning. And everything happened so fast too.
We have a special guest.
Aww.
There we go.
So cute.
He heard you
Hello.
talking and he wanted to see what we were doing here. So
Hello.
his name is Prince.
Oh, that's a pretty name. Hi, Prince.
He's the biggest cat
Hi.
ever. Okay, now you know what we're doing here. You can go. Goodness. All
Yeah.
right.
So
So
like
what happened with it?
everything
So
happened so
did you end
fast.
up
So
being confronted with him?
I had to end things with him because I just
Obviously.
didn't. Yeah, I couldn't remain in a situation like that where I'm dealing with somebody who's married. It just didn't feel right for
Did you
me
ever get
because
confronted with her?
no, it never reached to that point because he didn't want that. He didn't want me get into any physical contact with her, and vice versa. But she would go like back and forth, like she'll watch my social media page and stuff like that. And I had to block her. I block her, and I block him as well.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Obviously, you could have done so many things, pursued uh, uh, you could have taken him to the cops for recording you illegally. Like, there's so many things you could have done to him, but you chose the high road, ended the relationship, and what happened after that?
So after that, me and him I stopped speaking to him. I blocked
Good.
him, and that was it. And he still till this day, he still reaches out to me. Like, he even
Mhm.
reached out to me on social media asking if he could move in with me. And I'm like, no. He's like, oh, me and my wife is separated. I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean you're divorced. Y'all separated, but by law, you're still legally married. Like,
That was
no,
my question. I
absolutely
was
not.
wondering what happened with their relationship. Well, you just
Yeah,
answered it.
like he's a mess right now. He's dealing with a whole lot with his wife and stuff. So yeah, I want no parts of that. So
Good for you.
mm-mm.
All right. What happened next?
So after that, like I end up meeting the womanizer, aka Jahim,
I
which is
like all of your
chapter
nicknames for the men. That's fantastic.
which is chapter 3. And he I at first, like, I thought he was a stalker because I met him at church. So, and I met him through a mutual friend at a baby shower, and he wasn't my type. Like, he didn't catch my attention instantly because he wasn't attractive, and I'm into guys that are attractive. Like, I have a preference and stuff, but this, what I went through in my previous relationship, I'm like, okay, let me try something different. Let me get out of my comfort zone and give this guy a shot. But it took me a while to give him a chance. Like, he kept on, like, every time I go out, I will see him wherever I'm at. And I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, why am I keep running into him? I think he's a stalker and stuff like that. So when I gave him a chance was when I had went to, like, they had like a church, like a function at my church, a big function. It happens annually. I no longer go to the church no more. My mom still does. And he happened to come and sit next to me during service and just asking me like a few questions about the Bible, if I'm into the Bible, how much, do I read the Bible and stuff like that. Small talk. And then afterwards, when service ended, I went upstairs. He basically walked me to my hotel room. And as we were speaking, as we were interacting with each other in the hallway, a girl saw him and I speaking. She looked at him and then she runs off. And then guess what? He runs after her. And I'm like, oh boy. Like, this is deja vu all over again. Like, this is reminding me of my first relationship with the lying and the cheating and stuff like that. And I know that me and him were not together, but just seeing that, it was very questionable to me. So what I did, before I even asked him any questions about the girl, I went on the social media page just to investigate and look at his page, look at his interaction with the same girl that walked off. Come to find out, thanks to social media, they were a couple. He was dating a girl that ran off at the time. So when I asked him about it, he denies it. He's like, oh no, we're just friends. We don't go out. And I'm like, oh, but that's not what your social media page says. Even though your relationship status says it's single, but the comments, the pictures that I see with you and this person, yes, y'all are officially exclusive and stuff. But I didn't want to be alone. I was fed up. So I decided to pursue him. Yeah. And it happened fast. Well, it didn't happen fast, but he ended up moving in with me. So we was living with each other for a while. And the moment he was living with me, that's when his true colors came out. So that's when I was seeing him interact with a lot of females frequently. One time he was like parked in front of my house, and I'm looking out the window. He was with a girl, talking to the girl the whole time. I would say it was like about an hour they was in the car in front of my house. So when he finally got out the car, and I'm like, you need to go back inside that car. Like, you're not stepping foot in this house because this is crazy. Like, this makes no sense. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you should have been honest with me, not lie. Like, I'm catching you in a lie and you're still denying it in my face. So it was really frustrating with him. And then another thing too, he was somebody that didn't like to communicate. So he's the type of person, like, if he's upset about something, he'll just go to sleep and brush it off. Me, on the other hand, if I'm upset about something, I want to nip it in the bud right then and there. I'm not going to go to sleep on it and then the next day wake up and I'm still mad. I want to address it. So that was my issue with him. He didn't want to communicate with me whether something was bothering him. And then this too, with him dealing with multiple women, And that girl specifically, he was not being honest with me at all.
So my question for you is, did you learn your lesson with this relationship, or did you keep trying to date the guys that were cheating and lying and hoping that one of them is going to fit the bill?
Unfortunately, I did not learn my lesson. I did not learn my lesson at all.
How many more guys is there after this one?
So I have like four
And
is three, it's actually four, four more. Four more.
okay, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna let the readers read the book on the rest of this story,
Yes.
because otherwise we give it all away here. But
Yes.
let's kind of skip forward a tiny bit. Is there a common denominator between all of the men that you've dated? Is there similar characteristic, something that you now spot and you see, no, I don't want that in my life anymore? Is there something like that for you?
Yes, it's absolutely. So the cheating. One thing I realized throughout my course of my relationships, definitely the cheating, lying, and communication. Like trying to communicate with some of them, just some of them, it was like pulling teeth. And I don't like that. I don't like when I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm the one that's putting out all the efforts and stuff, and I'm only getting like 2-3% if I'm putting up 100%. I want it to be even. I'm in a relationship with somebody. I'm not in a relationship by myself. So I expect that, I expect that in return. So those are the common things that I realized throughout my relationships is the cheating, the lying, and the lack of communication. Like the only time these guys communicate with me is when they want some. But other than that, I don't hear from them.
All right, so that's something. Is there anything else that you would say is the common denominator?
Another common denominator is like the spending time part. You know, they make excuses to spend time. And I know they out there spending time with somebody else, but they choose not to spend time with me. So that's another thing I don't like that I notice throughout my course of, my toxic dating relationship is spending time, lack of communication, lying, constantly lying and cheating and not being able to take accountability. That's another thing I don't like is not taking accountability and playing victim,
Hmm.
justifying their behavior even though it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's just wrong. There's no need for you to justify your behavior. You know you did something bad and you have to take accountability for that. But instead of taking accountability, what I notice in these men, they just go and move on to the next person. They move on to the next woman, to gaslight, to manipulate, to lie to cheat on.
So, question for you: what have you learned in throughout all of this?
I definitely learned to take things slow. Getting to know someone is not a 1, 2, 3 fix. It's not an overnight process. It takes time, and to build a friendship first before building that relationship.
Can we
Because
add to that that you cannot fix them, that they want to have to be fixed by themselves? You
yes,
cannot fix them.
yes,
So, picking a guy that you already been pre-warned about being bad for you, and then you still go after it, is not just a bad choice for him, but bad choice for you to think that he can be different with you.
yep, I agree. You're absolutely right.
What was,
Mhm.
if you were to say who would be the kind of guy that you would want to attract, and how would you be different with him than with the others?
So the guy that I want to be attracted to this time around, first and foremost, the person has to have a relationship with God. The person has to the man that man has to have a he has to be spiritual. It's not just believing in God, but actually walking with God and having that foundation with God. That's number one. Two, family oriented because I'm big on family. One day I would like to have a family of my own, have children, 5 kids specifically, 5 boys, married, and three puppies. That's the plan. And then communication, honesty, and respect, and somebody that is supportive, and
Okay.
somebody that could actually be a father figure and a father figure and be able to lead by example, because
Have
I
you
didn't have that growing up.
have you seen the show Love is Blind?
Yes, that's one of my favorite shows. I used to watch it all the time. I kind of fell back from it, but yes, I like watching Love and Blind.
Okay, so the reason I bring it up is because you mentioned something earlier that you like the men that are the pretty boys.
Yes.
Do you feel like that could be part of the problem that you're picking the wrong men based on a visual, not necessarily what's inside?
I don't think so. You know why? Because the guy that I was just talking about, womanizer,
Mm-hmm.
aka Jaheim,
Mm-hmm.
he was not attractive. He was not attractive. And then my last relationship, the guy that I was dating with, the guy that I was dating at the time, he wasn't attractive too at all. And that's the part I didn't understand, because these two guys are not cute, but I still got played. I still got cheated on. I still got, emotionally abused, especially the last one. But he wasn't cute. Neither of them was cute.
Hmm.
Those two guys, they were not cute.
I hope they're not going to hear this because then we both get
Oh,
in trouble for.
they know. I told them previous time, many times when I was dating them.
So,
Yeah.
do they know that you wrote this book? Are they aware of it?
Well, unfortunately, like, okay, womanizer, I don't think he knows, but maybe like people that talk about it on social media, that's how he'll probably find out. But the one that I dated last, he found out through a mutual friend of ours, because she kept on talking about it. She's like, "Oh, Esther's doing so good. She just graduated with her master's and she came out with a book." I really didn't want him to know about it, but he found out through our mutual friend.
Did you get any feedback from them?
Oh, I don't know, because I don't speak to him at all. He's blocked. Yeah. I don't talk to any of my exes from my book. I don't keep tabs on them.
Sounds like a lot of story is yet to be told in your life.
Yes.
Do you have any other, if you were to, there's a question. If you were to give yourself an advice from where you are today, but the information that you have today towards your younger self, what advice would you give yourself and why?
First and foremost, I would definitely apologize to my younger self for not knowing, beating up myself mentally. And I will also tell my younger self, when getting to know a man, do not rush. Take your time to get to know that person. Do
Mm-hmm.
not sleep with the person right away. Build
Mm,
a friendship with that person first. Have some type of self-worth, so other people could see that and respect that and take you serious. That's what I would tell my younger self.
love it. Love it. Love it. What continues to drive you today? You mentioned you have a master's degree.
Yes. So I have a master's degree in public administration. I just recently graduated last year in June. So I just been like looking for employment in that field because I don't have no experience. So it's been really challenging trying to find employment in that field.
What field specifically do you want to be?
So as honestly, because I like this journey of writing. So eventually I want to pursue that long term. But other than that, other than writing, I definitely want to become a film director, a film writer, because my first book, I want to turn it into like a movie series and stuff. So I definitely want to be in the film industry long term. And then my short term goal is to work in social service and
Mhm.
have start like a nonprofit organization for women who have been abused by who has been abused by domestic violence. So I want to open up my own organization for that. And then especially and that and re-entries, so like women that's been incarcerated and stuff, I definitely want to cater to them too as well.
So maybe look for a job in a nonprofit world because you will get paid as an employee in a nonprofit organization. So maybe look for that and look for something that will be directly related to this passion of yours to help women get through their situations. I'm sure we can find a nonprofit or or an opportunity where you can even start volunteering, and then it may turn into a career. That's something I could see you doing.
Thank you.
Um, so you mentioned your goals, your future goals. That's amazing. Is there anything else that you plan on that we should look out for?
So this book, The Ugly Truth, My Love Life Sucks, just is a continue to be continued. So the second book will follow the first book, but in order to understand the second book, you have to read the first book. So I'm
Okay.
just a little bit. I'm just sharing the title of the second book, but you have to go out there and purchase the first book to understand the second book. So the second book is the title is To Be Continued. Damn, how did I to be continued? Damn, how did I end up in Rikers Island? That's it.
Oh goodness. Sounds like there's a lot to be heard from this one still.
Yes.
All right. So what I'll do is we'll share all of your social links. That way, do you have an Instagram? Do you have a website? Do you have any of that that people
So
can find you,
I'm
or
in the
how can they find your book? Give us all your social links.
so I don't have any social link relevant to my book, but my book, it could, like, once you type in the title of the book, The Ugly Truth, My Love Life Sucks, or my name, it will pop up on Google because it's on all the book platforms. So it's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, it's on Apple, it's on Goodreads. And then as far as the website, I'm still in the process. Like, the website is done, but I'm still like making changes to the website, but that will be out shortly. Like, I before the month is over, I will have my website, but I'm still
Okay,
in the
so
process of.
let's rephrase it. I'm going to ask you the question again, and we'll cut this, and
Okay.
then you can give me the website name because I can go ahead and say website coming soon. Check back with this link for the website.
Okay.
So if you can, give us all of your social links. If you have a website, how can people find your book? How can they get in touch with you?
Yes. So the website is Esther, my first name, Laurenceau, my last name .com. That's,
Awesome.
yes, my first name and my last name. And then as far as purchasing my book, if anybody is interested in buying my book, you can buy it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Goodreads, Apple. And then it's also, so you could get it a physical copy or you could get an ebook. Either
Awesome.
way.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I know you did say that your website's coming soon. It's ready to go live here in the next couple of days. So if you do go to the website and it's not live yet, then check back soon because she will publish it here shortly. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome, awesome. I have three ending questions, and you already answered one of them. So we'll have two ending questions for you that we always wrap up with the podcast. What is the number one tool or an equipment or a thing that you use every single day and without which you cannot live without?
My phone. I need my phone. Because in case of an emergency, my I can be able to reach out to my family, my friends, and they'll be able to come to my rescue and help me. I need my phone because you just never know. We living in a world where there's a lot of people that are unstable, and you just have to have a phone. Like, that phone could save your life. So yes, my phone.
All right, I love that. And if you could meet anyone in the world, living or not, who would it be and what would you want to ask them?
May his soul rest in peace. My brother, my best friend, my twin. I love him so much. He died at the age of 20 back in 2001, the day before Thanksgiving. And my question that I will ask him is, why did he leave me so soon? Because he had plenty of time while he was on earth to create memories with me and him. So now we will not be able to create any memories because he's no longer here.
I have a feeling you will get the answer to your question one day. It may not be today, but you will get the answer to your question when the time is right. Is there anybody else that you'd want to meet aside from your brother? Any celebrity?
Whew, that's a lot of celebrities. But I would definitely like to meet Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet Michelle Obama because it's something about Michelle Obama. It's just like her whole character. You know, she's just like that person that I would want to meet and just ask advice on like different topics and just start a conversation with her. Like she's just so elegant. Her whole character, like you don't hear nothing bad about Michelle Obama. Like I like how she carry herself. You know, she's so sophisticated and I just like that, educated. And I like to just see women
Yeah.
in general like, you know, I like to empower my women. So I would definitely love to meet Michelle Obama.
I'm with you. I was speaking to a group of business owners recently, and I got that same question asked, and I answered the same way. Michelle Obama, absolutely. She's
Yes.
amazing. Good. Well, thank you so much for being here. Is there
Thank
anything
you
else
for
you want to
having
add that
me.
we haven't mentioned yet? Any last words? Any inspiration quotes? Anything like that?
Yes. So I just want to leave and tell all my single ladies, if you're in a toxic relationship right now, leave that relationship because the signs are there. You know, don't wait until it get worse to try to get out of that relationship because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to be for you to get out that relationship and for you to heal. So the moment you see the red flags, don't second guess yourself, don't question it, just leave that relationship because you don't want to pour all your eggs in one basket and then later on you regret it. Later on, you missed out on the person that you were supposed to be with. So learn to love yourself, learn to spend time with yourself, and most importantly, learn to build a relationship with God, and He will direct you and lead you in the right path.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Really
Addie,
great
for
to have
having
you.
me.
And
Thank you.
check, really, really great to hear your story. If you want to come back when your number two book is out, I'd love to have you back to talk more about
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And
I will
maybe when you
definitely keep
start
you
your
posted.
and maybe when you start your movie series, we definitely want to hear more about that. Stay in touch with us for sure.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for watching Love Yourself podcast. You can find us on YouTube, on all your podcast feeds, and on loveyourselfpodcast.com. This is Ali Sharano, and we'll come back soon with more stories that will elevate you and hopefully help you love yourself more.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.